Charles Sanchis. I am in the Bayside, Queens Market Center. Basically, I became involved in, I call it, as opposed to just short sales. I started in origination in banking about 7 years ago, and at that time my focus was more on the hard money origination. Basically, I worked with a hedge fund and various private equity firms where we would be going towards people that were either in foreclosure or bankruptcy and refinancing them out with some sort of an exit strategy, whether it was 12-month or 24-month. As we kind of had the market coming down, what was happening is all of the private equity and hedge fund, all their valuations, they were kind of becoming more conservative. So where you were strictly equity-based lending, they would no longer have the same flexibility. So it turned from having clients that could no longer refinance into those programs to then the only other real option was potentially a sale. And as the market continued to come down and their balances were increasing from non-payment, then that resulted in a short sale. I'd say I've been doing short sales and short payoffs because I also focused on short refinances, where essentially you are negotiating with the servicer or the institution that services or holds the loan and doing a refinance. The administration came out with a program called Hope for Homeowners, which was an FHA-based refinance program where they would refinance anybody that was actually in foreclosure. So I worked with an institution in Long Island called Lend America, where we were doing a number of short payoffs, so a variety of short payoff refis and short sales for about 5 years now. In terms of statistics, I've kind of more focused on Queens just because our market center, the majority of agents do just focus on Queens County as opposed to going into kind of Long Island, both Nassau and Suffolk counties. So for 2010, basically active inventory of short sales was about 19,613, and as Lisa said, we're a little over 5 months through this year, there's 9,204. Active REO last year were 846, and this year there's only 277. Sold short sales for last year was only Queens County 523, and this year sold 214. This is all off MLS. I can't speak to the accuracy of it, but and then sold REO last year was 759, and now this year 183. I'd say median home prices are still kind of coming down. There's different pockets in Queens. So if you look at somewhere like South Springfield Gardens, if you're familiar, prices have kind of plateaued. They're not continuing to come down. But areas like Whitestone or Bayside, you're starting to see those values come down. Also, if you work in Manhattan, and what you're starting to see in Manhattan is there's pockets, different neighborhoods, where the newer construction condominiums are now starting to also feel that. So there's a number of short sales going on in Manhattan, and I'm on with a number of the vendors that do the broker price opinions, and I'm getting dozens of requests for Manhattan valuation. Doesn't mean it's going to be a short sale, it just means this person is delinquent, whether it's a regulation that they have to update it every 6 months or what have you. I'd say short sales is kind of spreading now to a lot of different types of individuals, meaning income, creditworthiness. A lot of people would think, oh, short sales is never going to hit my market or my center or my focus, but I think a lot of those people now are faced with the reality this isn't just for people that are degenerate, quote unquote, right? It's really more widespread. You can look at a lot of articles that Standard & Poor's put out. We have probably now a little over $470 billion nationwide in mortgage loans that are considered shadow inventory. That means somebody's 90 days late through REO, but it's not listed. New York alone, last year, I think September, we were at about 121. Now it's probably north of that. So you have to figure, all right, if you have a population of that 121 billion or 140 billion now possibly, how many people are potentially going to need or want to sell? Whether they're upside down or not, it might turn into a sale where somebody isn't a short sale, but it's still the same focus. You're working to help somebody that has a need, and you have to bring them from point A to point B. And like you guys were saying, I think one of the most important things, everyone's not going to fall into the same category where one person's going to want to negotiate and handle their listings, another person might not want to handle short sales at all. But like I said, the reality is it's part of every market, and as long as you learn to leverage yourself and create a team where it's an attorney, a CPA, another agent, a third-party company, and creating a team, even if they're not on your payroll, you're better. Your opportunity is going to be greater, your income is going to be greater, your referral business is going to be greater.
Well,
so
you'll enjoy it more too.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much.